the Kbands Scramble Drill. This is an amazing drill for developing foot speed and quickness in multi-directional movements. We're going to be setting up 5 speed and agility cones. One's going to be our home base, then we're going to have one about 4 to 6 yards out in front, behind, to the left, and to the right. Next, we're going to strap up our set of Kbands and really utilize the resistance that we can get driving our knees up and moving in any one of the directions. Athletes, we're going to begin with speed knee-ups. This is a great exercise to really focus on hip flexor strength as well as drive off the ground. So work on hand positioning, driving up each individual rep, accelerating your legs, and also keep in mind that we've got to focus on dorsiflexion. Now, dorsiflexion is when we pull our toes up, but this is going to help us load our calves and our legs to accelerate back off the ground, being explosive for each rep, making it to where we can get it a little bit faster. The next portion is going to be great for building reaction time. Coaches or partners, you're going to call out which cone that you want the athlete to accelerate, and you're going to quickly, explosively sprint to that cone, get down, touch it with your hand, and then accelerate back to the cone. Now, as you approach the cone, we're breaking down, we're getting some good deceleration, and then we're going to move right back into the speed taps. Active sets are going to be about 12 to 15 seconds. This will mean that you should get out and touch at least 2 to 3 cones before taking a break. You can complete this as an individual or in small groups so that we can maintain a rest period of about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. It's going to be very active and very exhausting, but 110% intensity is essential for any speed development. So be sure that you're keeping your pace high with the knees and drive out to the cone and come back. We're working both lateral and linear quickness, so really be conscious of your footwork and accelerate each individual rep. Kbands will not restrict your movements whatsoever with this drill, so be sure that you're really accelerating through the resistance and utilize them during the taps. With proper foot positioning as well as that knee drive, you're going to be able to build some strength throughout your legs during this multi-directional drill. Utilize this in your conditioning with 4 to 6 resisted reps followed by 2 unresisted reps. With that dynamic suicide sprints. We've got 3 modifications here to give us a little bit different spin throughout the workout today. First, we're going to need our set of Kbands to add a little bit of resistance to every one of our sprints, as well as some agility cones, which we're going to be setting up in a 5-yard increment 3 deep. To begin, we're going to keep things simple. We're going to be explosively sprinting as fast as we can to the farthest cone. This is going to be about a 10-yard sprint, and then we're going to immediately backpedal all the way back to that first cone. Going to be getting our legs loose here, but remember, we should have went through a dynamic warm-up before this so that we're ready to rock, moving as quickly as we can throughout this drill. A couple simple things to keep in mind when we're doing the front to back sprint is simply body positioning. You should never be getting out of the dig phase within 10 yards, so make sure that you've got your forward tilt as well as some great arm action coming to the farthest cones. Remember, always with our back pedals, we've got our chest slightly forward as well so that we can be under control and change direction at any point in time. The second modification is going to be during the back pedal. We're going to sprint to the farthest cone, give it the patter step, slow our body down, and explosively move right to the back pedal. Next, we're taking either a drop step on our left or our right, moving into a full sprint out to finish up this modification set. And last, still working with Kbands, this one's really going to get to us here. We're sprinting 5, backpedaling back to the beginning and immediately sprinting all the way to that farthest cone. After that 10-yard sprint, moving to the back pedal, again dropping the shoulder and sprinting out both to the left and the right. This is going to be a great sequence to work on our accelerations and decelerations, powering through with our knee drive using the Kbands. This is a great conditioning drill for individuals, small groups, or even teams. Depending on how long you want to extend the conditioning session, you can move between 2 to 3 resisted reps on each of the modifications, or take it up a notch and move from 4 to 5 resisted reps. Remember, it's always a great idea to add in additional unresisted reps so that we can utilize our own body with a little bit of more muscle activation. Remember, we've got 3 elements that develop our speed. We've got frequency, stride length, as well as power in your stride. So with this drill, we're going to be focused on really exploding off the ground, getting our knees up as quick as we can, and then explosively sprinting to the next cone. It's going to be giving us a little bit different element with acceleration, deceleration, and power with the knees throughout. To optimize our results, we're going to be utilizing Kbands to give a little bit more muscle activation through our glutes, hips, and hip flexors. Notice that throughout the drill, you're going to feel that resistance every time you drive your knee up. It's essential that we really focus on keeping our natural stride, powering through the resistance, getting that muscle activation, but still maintaining that consistent stride. Be as explosive as you can and concentrate on the next step. Keep pushing yourself to be faster and focus on arm positioning. 90-degree angles, move them as fast as you can, because remember, slow arms always equals slow feet. Your agility cones can be set up at different distances. Suggested distances would be about 5 to 8 yards, but you can extend them slightly for a little bit more advanced athletes. Stay focused and be explosive at each cone. As you reach that last cone, keep that center of gravity under control so that we can explosively turn and sprint. Another great way to optimize your results in this drill is some kind of a cue or a noise or something to really trigger us to change directions and accelerate. This is going to help us with our reaction time, being explosive, and then reacting or changing directions every time we hear the cue. Without 110% intensity, concentrating on the next step, driving the knee up, you're going to see little results. So it's important that we focus to be explosive and work through this drill as quick as possible. Extend your rest periods to about a minute, minute and a half, because the active rep range here is going to be about 15 to 20 seconds. So we're going to need a little bit more of an extended rest period so that we can gather ourselves and stay quick. Complete 3 to 5 resisted rounds, alternating the shoulder at which we drop for that reverse sprint. Then follow it up with just singles. We're going to go 1 unresisted with the left side drop, 1 unresisted with the right side drop, and really focus to keep quick here. Remember, when your legs are unresisted, you're going to have full muscle activation, and it's going to give us the ability to move just that much quicker. So we've really got to take advantage of this window to develop our accelerations and decelerations. To build more leg drive and speed, grab your set of Kbands at kbandstraining.com today, and let's get started training.